see me shaking. Hear the sound of my
waking up dizzy in the morning. We fight a lot, don't even know about what. I just want you to leave, darling. It's my only hope. Can't you see our time is up? I don't want to start over. Finally some peace and quiet since you left.
Just give it up, I'm not your girl.
Yeah, he sets my body in motion. He knows how to turn things up. And he knows what gets me going. Yeah, like a little text saying, hey, what's up? They look at me, I'm in a bad situation. Look at him, he's got a bad reputation. They be looking at us, thinking we are too much. Look at me, I'm in a bad situation.
Occasionally I need to breathe.
paint lava. Start by using a greenish gray to paint in your sky area. Then use a green-toned black to paint in your volcano. This is a good time to make sure you have a reference photo. Next, take some white and block in anywhere where you want lava to be. This will make any bright lava colors painted on top really glow like it's lava. After that step, take some yellow and paint in the brightest burst of lava coming from the volcano. Then go in with some orange and blend it down a bit from the yellow. Lava rapidly gets darker as it cools off and gets further away from that central point. You can use your bright red to paint in the rest of the lava that's furthest away from that central bursting point. Next, use that same red to paint in little bits of lava cooling on the surface and separating as they fall down the mountain. Using a reference photo really helps make these look realistic. These shapes will get larger and darker as you move further down the lava river. This is because they've had more time to cool off. Now I just add details like little extra moments of yellow, or even taking some red and light gray and scumbling it onto the canvas to create smoke. My last detail is taking white and putting it in the hottest central point of the volcano. And there you have it, lava. Thank you so much for watching.
A minute until midnight, I'm just wondering where you at. Just thought I'd call and wish you good night.
So tell me, what are we? You know that I hate this game. You apologize, always say that you're sorry, but why does it feel this?
Thinking that I could have done something, but now I'm left with an empty heart, no making amends.
You know that I'ma keep it cool. With you I feel like breaking rules. On the edge, looking.
Wish I could say I was finally over you, but that's not the truth. Everyone always keep falling in love again.
This is part 3 of sharing some of my tips on how to make a living from your artwork. Have a focus on and a clear strategy for lifestyle photography and your brand vibes. Buying artwork is usually a very personal and emotional decision, so get really clear on what that is that you're offering your collectors. Let's say you're offering fine art prints. Get some of them framed or even DIY it yourself and have a product photography shoot with your friends. It's really important to show what your artwork looks like in people's homes, so make sure that your lifestyle and product photography really reflects that on your website. Take inspiration from luxury brands. Emulate parts of the photography or the word choices. Fragrance brands are my absolute favorite to study for this because they are totally experts in evoking a certain emotion or like creating this beautiful description of something that you can't experience in person before you buy it online. All this to say, get creative with where you take your inspiration from. Offer free shipping over a certain price point, that way you can increase your average order value. If you can, have a review section on your website. There are so many ways that you can create social proof for your brand, but reviews are one of the most effective. Learn to get really comfortable in front of the camera, especially while you're creating your work. There's honestly such a beautiful connection when you're actually able to see the artwork that you're enjoying and wanting to invite in your home actually be created. Make sure that you are always compressing your files when you add them to your website. This helps the load speed increase dramatically, and it seriously makes such an enormous difference. And finally, choose a website provider that works best for where you're at right now. I was with Squarespace for so long before I upgraded to Shopify, and it's just made a world of difference. So if you're looking for an upgrade too, I couldn't recommend Shopify more.
keep saying.
This week, I'm drawing another optical illusion, a portrait of one of my favorite TV show characters. But the catch is, you can only see this portrait with your eyes closed. I know, it sounds crazy, but to make this work, I need you to stare at this dot for 30 seconds, then close your eyes. Got it? Now just keep staring at it. You can blink, but just keep looking at it. Don't worry about counting the seconds, I'll keep track of that for you. Now when I tell you, not just yet, but when I tell you, I want you to close your eyes and tilt your head up slightly, preferably towards some bright light source. And then after about 8 seconds, you should see the image slowly appear. If you have trouble, you could try blinking with your eyes closed, but you don't need to. Also, try this during the day because it works better in a bright environment. Okay, we're almost ready to close our eyes. 3, 2, 1, close your eyes. Now tilt your head up slightly, and in a few seconds you should slowly see an image appear. Do you see it? Let me know in the comments who you see, and drop me a like if this worked for you. Also, let me know who I should do next. And of course, as always, don't forget to share and subscribe, y'all. Bye!
On my way home, stumbling on the pavement, yeah. No sleep in my body, last night got me wasted, yeah. Ain't nobody calling my phone.
All along, I feel like you need your space. Prisoner in your own home, that ain't great. But I know that you and me are safe. We'll finally get away.
An ocean, okay.
Let's do a nighttime sunset scene. So I'm going to go back in with my yellow and my orange. We're still going with the basic blending up to the top sunset. Yellow, orange, pink. Don't forget to go back in and blend with some of that orange. Then I'm going to go into purple, but I want it to be nighttime, so I'm going to make it really dark at the top. I'm even going to add some black all the way at the very top of my picture and blend it in. So at nighttime you have stars, and there's a couple different ways to do stars. The first method is a toothpick and just a little bit of white paint. You just dab, dab, dab. Tap it anywhere you want a star. This is great for people who are picky, but I'm going to show you my favorite way. It's a splatter way, where I take a flat brush with some watered down white paint. And then using another just dry brush, I'm going to smack that brush over top of the clean one. What this does is it forces the paint onto the paper and gives you really nice stars kind of spaced throughout. This is my favorite method because it gets really nice randomized patterns. Now let's make it interesting. I'm going to do a silhouette. So I'm going to take some black paint on my mop brush and give myself some ground. And then taking a detail brush, going up with a little black line. There's a smaller one right there. Okay, so here's another way to do trees. I'm going to take my fan brush, using it the wide way this time, and just doing a zigzag while tapping it. Bounce it like a bunny. Back and forth. Right, left, right, left. And what happens to trees as they get taller, especially Christmas trees like this? They get smaller at the top, up to a tip. So turn it the short way to give yourself a little tip. And then go back and fill it in however you'd like. Just don't do it so thick that you lose that really pretty color from your sunset in the background. Here's the second one. He's going to be a little smaller. Going all the way up to the top, turn it and tap in a tip, and filling it in however you like. There you go. So you could stop there, but I'm going to give them some friends. I'm going to give them a different kind of tree like we learned in the last fall picture. Don't forget adding branches, doing those V's. They're reaching up towards the sky. Nice long lines. I'm doing them really simple. Just a couple little branches like that. There we go. Now someone asked for a winter scene, so I'm going to go back in with my fan brush and some white paint. And this just also brightens it up too. I'm going to tap in a little bit of white paint to look like snow. Now it wouldn't cover your entire tree, it would just be falling and setting on the outside. So just a couple taps in there really brightens up that tree. There you go. And don't forget a little bit on those other trees. A little bit of white paint would have fallen inside those V's. That's where it gets caught. And then taking my mop brush and some white paint, I'm just gonna dab, bounce it like a bunny, all the way across the top. And using my handy dandy pouncer, someone asked for a moon, I just use white and gray on it. And if you do that, press down and twist, it looks like a moon. You can even go back in with some black paint. Again, when you do that, it gives it craters, just like that. And there is a nighttime forest winter scene for you.
Sometimes